Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin with some good news for millions of Canadians still out of work because of COVID-19. The federal government has extended the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, or CERB, for another 2 months. The benefit provides $2,000 per month to Canadians who lost work or cannot work due to the pandemic. It was initially available for a maximum of 16 weeks, paying a total of $8,000. Today's changes mean Canadians who need it can now access 24 weeks of support, amounting to $12,000. The Prime Minister warned today it will be a long journey ahead, with parts of the economy still shut down by the pandemic. Eric Sorensen has more on what the government is doing to help Canadians avoid financial crisis.
Clooney is one of thousands of restaurants in Toronto that closed in March, plunging workers instantly into unemployment. For Dylan Mawson, a server at Clooney, the Canada Emergency Response Benefit has been an absolute lifeline.
Without it, I have no idea what I would have done. I would be like, as an adult, I would have been eating my savings and calling my parents. I'm not really sure.
For those who started in March, that lifeline would have run out in early July. Now, Ottawa has added 8 weeks. For the first 16 weeks, those eligible qualified for $8,000. An additional $4,000 over the summer will bring that to $12,000 to help early qualifiers up to September. Critics worry that people will turn down jobs rather than turn down CERB. The Prime Minister insists the program is essential.
The reality is that there are 3 million people out of work who are looking for work. And even as our economy is reopening, there are many, many more people out of work, willing to work, than there are jobs available.
The overall costs of CERB are staggering. With 8 million applicants, the benefit could be as high as $17 billion a month. The cost so far, $43.5 billion, and it will keep rising. The opposition wants more accountability.
Will he table an economic update before the House rises?
No time frame for an economic update yet.
Mr. Speaker, throughout this unprecedented pandemic, we have been open and transparent about all the measures we put forward.
The program will add to Canada's debt, but that's necessary, says this economist.
The Canadian government can carry that debt. The financing costs are low right now, and I think it did what it was supposed to do, which is throw a lifeline to those individuals that need it.
The economy is slowly coming out of its deep freeze. More than 1 million Canadians who were getting CERB no longer need it. But in Toronto, where many restaurants remain shuttered, the emergency benefit will keep Dylan and thousands like him afloat.
I've got exactly enough money every month to pay my bills, cover my debt, eat, and great.
So you're relieved?
Really relieved, yeah.
Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.
The closure of the Canada-U.S. border is also being extended. The border will remain shut to non-essential travel until at least July 21st, part of a deal already extended twice. The border has been closed since March 21st. Only essential workers, trade shipments, and those reuniting with immediate family members are allowed to cross. The U.S. has more deaths and more confirmed cases of COVID-19 than any country in the world.